Hey guys, Magnus Robert here, bringing you another Dead Walking Dead character video. Today we're going to be going all the way back to Season 1 and we're looking at all of the unnamed background characters from the Atlanta camp. Now, as they're all unnamed, I'll be using the actors' surnames as a way to distinguish them, but some of the actors are still a mystery for some of the characters, but don't worry, I have a plan. Let's start with Taylor. She is of course female, she is played by Jan Taylor, and first appeared in Guts. Cobb is female, played by Frances Cobb, and first appeared in Days Gone By. Ray is female, she's played by L. Stephanie Ray, first appeared in Days Gone By. Mitch, the full name of the actor is actually unknown, but we know his first name is Mitch, so I'll just call him Mitch. First appeared in Guts. Ramirez is played by Joe Ramirez, he first appeared in Days Gone By. Vargas, he is of course male, he is played by Orlando Vargas, he first appeared in Days Gone By. Damn. I don't know the rest of the actors, so here's what I'm going to do. This guy first appeared in Days Gone By. Let's find him a name. Generate. Boom. His name's Ryan. This guy first appeared in Guts. Let's find him a name. Boom. His name's Christopher. Well, I'm just going to call him Chris. This guy first appeared in Tell It to the Frogs. Let's find him a name. Let's find a name for that guy. Boom. His name's Larry. This lady first appeared in Days Gone By. Let's find her a name. The female. Boom. Ashley. This lady first appears in Tell It to the Frogs. Let's find her a name. Lady Emily. Done. This lady first appeared in Days Gone By. Let's find her a name. Boom. Angela. Done. And finally, this lady first appears in Tell It to the Frogs. Let's find her a name too. Generate a name for her. Joyce. Do you know what? I think those names all worked out. Alright, there we go. So 13 of them in total. They've all got a little placeholder name, so hopefully you're able to distinguish them all now. Nothing is known about their lives before the outbreak, apart from some of them were probably retired. I mean, some of them are a bit old. After the outbreak began, they attempted to flee to Atlanta, but were too late, and they obviously met up with Laurie, Shane, and all the rest of the Atlanta camp survivors, as well as each other. It's possible that some of them are a couple, but I have no way of confirming that, so I don't want to say for certain. At the camp, they lived there for a few months before, of course, the start of the story. In Season 1, Vargas is first seen on top of the RV on guard duty, and Ryan is there carrying a jerry can. Cobb is sitting with Dale, probably talking to her about whatever old people talk about, and suddenly Rick is faintly heard on the radio, and some of them listen in as Amy tries to contact him. There's Ray by the RV door, and Cobb strolling around. Shane tries, but no luck, but we see a bunch of them standing around as he attempts to, talk to Rick, and they're all pretty much just listening in, not doing much else, but you can all see them here. I've labelled them for you. Later on, Ramirez is holding Ryan's jerry can as Ryan has a little sit down. We see Mitch carrying something around the camp, and Angela is putting up some washing to dry. Vargas is helping Jim with some wood collecting, and Chris is sorting something out in his van. We see Taylor is there trying to put up a tent, or something at least. Cobb is sorting out some washing, and Ashley walks over to Chris to obviously talk to him. We then see Cobb laying down some sheets in a tent, and Chris has now decided to sit in his van. The next day we see Angela putting up some washing. Damn, that's her only job it seems. Taylor is there, still pitching her tent. Wow. And Chris, he's still in his van doing stuff. It's like Groundhog Day. Dale gets a message from T-Dog about being stranded in Atlanta, and Mitch rushes to hear the radio. A bunch of them then stand by and listen as Dale talks to the group stuck in Atlanta, and they're in a bit of shock when Shane suggests leaving them all there. Soon later, Glenn arrives in his Dodge Challenger, and there is Joyce and Larry looking to see what's going on. A bunch of them then see the rest of the group arrive, and obviously they all see the reunion between Rick and his family. The next morning, Ramirez is doing something there, and someone, a man, says morning to Rick, but I'm not sure which one does it. I think that's Chris again in the back of the vehicle though. What's his deal? Larry is seen on top of the RV, guarding, and when Daryl and Rick have their little fight about Merle being trapped on the roof, Emily is seen there looking in shock as they fight. Oh, and then Vargas joins her. Nice. Soon after, Amy and Andrea are returning from a fishing trip, and Mitch is eyeing up those fish. When Jim starts going loopy and starts to dig holes, Angela's there looking pretty spooked, as well as Vargas. Oh shoot, Mitch joins in too. He looks disappointed in Jim. Oh my god, it's a party! There's Ramirez! and he's got his arms crossed. He's mad at Jim too. Later on, Ramirez is carrying some wooden logs, and then later that night, it's a sad moment, some zombies attack the camp. Some try to flee, others try to fight. Vargas, he's fighting when a zombie grabs his arm, and this happens to Vargas. Devoured by walkers. Emily, she tries running away from the zombies, but sadly, this happens to Emily. Devoured by walkers. And then we get this sad reveal of Mitch. Devoured by walkers. I hope he ate his fish before he died. Off screen, zombies, of course, got to Taylor. She loved to put up tents. And of course Cobb, she loved to fold clothes. They killed Ray. She just loved to stand around. Ramirez, he was so sweet, always doing something. They even got Ryan. He loved his jerry can. And Chris, he loved going through that shit in his van. Oh god. They got Larry. He didn't really do much, but still. And they got Ashley. Damn, she didn't really do anything either. And they killed Angela. Who's gonna hang up the washing now? And they killed Joyce. Why zombies? Why? In the morning, we see the bodies of Angela and also the body of Larry. Morales and Daryl begin to drag Vargas's body to the fire to burn before Glenn stops them, telling them they're not to burn, they're dead. We're going to bury them instead. They're all then buried in the holes that Jim, of course, dug. R.I.P. to all of the Atlanta camp survivor background characters. So what did I bother covering all these absolutely insignificant background characters? Because I have an obsession. Also, I feel like a lot of people don't realise that the Atlanta camp was much bigger than it seemed, because a lot of these guys were in the background or were only present on screen for very brief snippets. There isn't much of an arc or anything, and obviously in the comics there weren't any background characters, but having them in the TV show just made the camp seem a bit more lively. And when the attack happens, it's not just Amy and Jim who die as a result like in the comics, rather it's all of these 13 poor people. And Ed, of course. Anyway, thanks for watching, and tell me your thoughts on the Atlanta camp survivors, tell me I'm crazy for doing this video, and let's spin that wheel to see who's next. Let's spin that wheel. Ooh. So the next one I'm doing is Dan, member of the Claimers.